Greetings, and in this short video presentation we're going to take a look at how we go about cracking passwords using Mimikatz. For this lab demonstration we'll be using my full install of Kali Linux, and my victim will be a Windows XP Professional SP2. So let's go ahead and get started. To begin the lab, we're going to open up our terminal and we're going to launch Metasploit. We're going to launch Metasploit by typing in MSF console at the terminal, and we're going to hit enter. And in just a moment, Metasploit will start to come up. In the next step of the lab, we're going to use the Nmap scripting engine to scan my network for machines that may have vulnerabilities on any of their first 1,000 ports. So I'm going to assume that I don't know where my victim is, but I do know that the network IP, which is the first 3 octets of the network, or the IP address of any machine on the network, is 192.168.145, and I'm going to tell Nmap to use the scripting engine and scan that last octet for any of the 255 hosts that may be present on the network. I'm going to go ahead and hit enter. Now this is my network IP address. Yours will differ. So make sure that you run an ifconfig or an ipconfig on one of your Windows machines to get those first 3 octets. So my scan has completed. Now, from my network scan results, I find that I have a machine with the IP address of 192.168.145.129 that is vulnerable for a certain exploit. This is the MS08-067 SMB exploitation exploit. So that's good because we are familiar with this exploit. So we're going to use this to establish that backdoor that we need with MetaPredator. So let's go ahead and see how we do that. So we got a target machine and an IP address of 129, but we need to find out some more information, so we're going to dig just a little bit deeper with another Nmap script. So I'm going to go ahead and paste in the command from my lab, and this is a SMB OS discovery script, and I want to find out exactly how vulnerable this 129 target actually is. This Nmap script is going to tell me all the information I need to know about the OS, the service pack, all the good information that we want to know before we launch our attack. I'm going to go ahead and hit enter, and in just a moment those scan results are going to be returned. My second scan has completed against my potential target, and we see that the results come back and it tells us that this is a Windows XP machine. Tells us the name of the machine, tells us that it's a member of a work group, but we're mostly interested in the fact that it's a Windows XP machine. So we're going to go ahead and continue on with trying to exploit this. Metasploit is already up and running inside of the terminal, and we know that it does have a exploit for this particular vulnerability, so we're going to search for it. So at the command prompt, I'm just going to type in search for MS08_067. Let's see what results we get with this. And now it's looking for this particular exploit, and then it's going to give us some results such as what type of machines we can run it against. Exploit has come back with its results, and it found a matching module. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to copy the name of the exploit, just like that, and we're going to right click, copy that. Now we're going to go back down to the MSF prompt and we're going to type in use. Now I'm going to right click and I'm going to paste the name of that exploit, and I'm going to hit enter, and it comes back letting me know that it has loaded the exploit for me. To find out what options have to be set for this exploit, I can now type in the word options and hit enter. And it tells us that the remote host must be set, that it's going to use port 445, that's the SMP service port. It also tells us that the pipe name to use is browser service SDS, and so we're going to set the IP address for the remote host. That is a requirement. So let's see how we go about doing that. We start off with the set command, and then we type in the name of the option that we want to set. In this case, I want to set the IP address for the R host or the remote host. And we know that my victim, from the scan results, has a host IP of 129 on the 145 network. So we're going to go ahead and type all that in. So it's set space our host, the IP address or of the target. Now this is my target. Yours will differ. I'm going to go ahead and hit enter. And it comes back letting me know that the remote host IP address has been set. Now you can go ahead and type in options again if you like and look at those results. And you'll see that the current setting reflects what we've just configured for the remote host. Now that we have a target identified to launch the exploit to, we can go ahead and launch the exploit up inside of metasploit by just typing in the exploit command at the prompt. So I'm going to go ahead and hit enter, and in just a moment it'll reach over and it will find the remote host and come back and get us a metapredator prompt. If you don't see the prompt, then the exploit did not complete successfully, and that's probably going to be 99% of the time a connectivity issue. So make sure that both of these machines can see each other. The metapredator prompt tells me that we have connected to the target machine. So what I'm going to do now is load the Mimikatz onto the target machine so that we can try to capture some passwords. So I've used the command load Mimikatz, and this is going to load this onto the remote target. And it comes back letting me know that that did succeed successfully. If you would like to see what version of Mimikatz you are running, you can use the following command, Mimikatz_command space -f space version. We'll go ahead and run that, and we're going to hit enter, and it comes back letting me know that the following version is. To find out what options are available for password cracking in Mimikatz, we can use the help command in conjunction with its name. So it's help space Mimikatz. I'm going to go ahead and hit enter. It comes back letting me know that the following options are available. To see what commands are available with Mimikatz, we can type in the following at the prompt. Mimikatz_command space -f space FU : Now you see that this is all in French, but you get an idea of what commands we're going to be wanting to use here. For instance, the SAM dump, that's going to be one, and the other one is going to be that secure LSA. So those are a couple of the commands that we're going to be utilizing for this lab. So we know that all passwords that are stored on any Windows machine are stored in a hash. But Mimikatz is powerful enough to find that hash password and decrypt it. So let's see how it does that. So the first thing we have to do is locate and see those hash passwords on the Windows machine. And to do this, we're going to use the MSV command at the prompt. So I'm going to go ahead and hit enter, and Mimikatz brings up the hash passwords that it found on the target machine. Now we know that Windows likes to use Kerberos as its algorithm for hashing passwords. So we're going to tell Mimikatz to decrypt these passwords or to decrypt the hash using the Kerberos command. So I'm now going to go ahead and hit enter, and it comes back up and it has cracked those passwords. Notice that the administrator password is password. We know that from the previous labs. And so that's how easy it was for Mimikatz to do this. Now, of course, this is just an example. If it had been a very complicated password, it could have taken longer. So we used Mimikatz in this example to pull passwords out of memory. And it was then able to decrypt those hash passwords that were in memory and bring them to us in clear text. Our next command is going to find the SAM file, and it's going to dump the hash passwords for us onto our screen. So I'm going to type in Mimikatz_command space -f space SAM dump : hashes. I'm going to go ahead and hit enter, and there are the hashed passwords from the SAM file. Now that Mimikatz has located the SAM file and pulled down the hashed passwords, we need to decrypt them. To do that, we're going to use the Mimikatz_command space -f space secure LSA : search passwords. Again, remember that everything here is case sensitive. I'm going to go ahead and hit enter. And in just a moment, it comes back to the prompt letting me know that the command completed successfully, and it brings me the passwords decrypt from the SAM file. That concludes this short video presentation on how we go about cracking passwords using Mimikatz. In this short video presentation, we got to look at how we go about capturing passwords that were stored up inside of the memory, and how we break that encryption using Mimikatz, and also how we locate the SAM file, how we pull those passwords out of the SAM file with their hash, and then decrypt them using another command up inside of Mimikatz. So if you have any questions or you have any concerns about what we just saw in this lab, please do not hesitate to contact your instructor, and I'll see you in my next video.